The game is based on the arcade version made by Sega and is licensed from that company. And Frogger is an excellent translation of an arcade game to a home unit. As are most video games, Frogger is played in increasingly difficult waves. At the beginning of each wave, Frogger must cross a highway without getting run over by moving along with the flow of traffic. Jump on a red turtle from the median strip. Never use a blue turtle because they dive underwater. To deposit Frogger in the far left bay, ride a log in the top row off the screen. Bingo, you're home. If Frogger sees a white lady frog on one of the 3 short logs, he should jump on her for bonus points. Ride off the screen. Jump on the long log. Jump on the first red turtle he sees. Then onto a log in the top row. Off the screen again. And into the second bay from the left. The color of the turtles changes unpredictably. Notice these turn blue just as we jump on them. We must jump off immediately. These turtles turned red just in the nick of time, so we jumped on them, then rode the log off screen looking for a safe bay. The second and third waves contain faster traffic and a few crocodiles instead of logs. You can jump on the back of a crocodile and ride him safely, but never on his jaws. From time to time, a beast begins to appear in one of the bays. When formed, it will kill Frogger, so either wait until it disappears or pass it by. The shrinking bar at the bottom of the screen represents how much time Frogger has to make it into a bay. Therefore, the most direct route to the top of the screen is the best route. Wave 4 adds the hazard of a snake on the median strip. Watch in slow motion how when it tries to corner us, we simply slip back into the traffic. With the snake successfully eluded, we continue on our merry way.
Jeeporia, presented by EB Games and Jeep.
Hello. Oh, come on, I need to close that. Are you flapping your mouse pad? What's up?
Because it's sticky.
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
I know. I took off the little backing and now I put it on here and it's like.
Oh, I see. I see.
So
Experimenting.
I was messing with it.
A little blown out today. It's tough with these dang old webcams, especially when I'm under different light all the time.
Ooh, you're looking fucking spooky, Lawrence.
That's part of the idea. That looks good for now. Everyone always says that the room is too dark, but I just tweaked the webcam to make it look that way. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Also, yes, I'm a wizard. I'm a wizard of shooting. I'm gonna play Dusk because I haven't played it yet, and it looks cool. It's an old game. It's an old game, and you shoot things, and you jump around, and you can do flips. What's up, Scode? Hey, Grace. Cubs, I'm glad you're here, man. Yeah, I pre-ordered my Scorpio as well, and actually, I was just thinking about this. I was like, man, I hope Cubs shows up. After Dusk, I think I'm gonna pick up Syndicate again, because that's the next one. I got to finish that before Origins comes out. Maybe Syndicate and Rogue are like the two major ones I need to put back. What's up, Doc Holiday? Hey, sure you king. Captain Turtle, how you doing? All right. So, I launched this game just to check out the options and stuff before I started. I haven't played it at all yet, but it's got a cool boot sequence. So I'm actually going to turn off my webcam for that, and it should just go. Damn it, it's not showing it. I'm confused.
Oh man.
What?
Apparently they're already out of Scorpios.
In some places.
Apparently on Amazon.
There it goes. I don't know why it took so long to capture. Damn it. Well, it's got a kind of a cool DOS booting thing that's not even showing. Anyway, this game knows what it is. That means I need to tweak the audio a little bit. But yeah, as mandatory for someone who really likes video games probably a little too much, I already pre-ordered my shit. What's up, Purple Croa Gunk? Yeah, I think that's right. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for watching. What's up, Kip? Haven't played AC since Black Flag. Not going to play AC until Origins. Unity was good. Unity was a pretty good throwback to Assassin's Creed 1. Because I was not liking where it was going before that. I think, like, it's weird. With the short amount of time I spent in Syndicate, it kind of felt like an Assassin's Creed 2. It was a little faster, but still had stealth elements and more gadgets. So this is pretty cool. I was digging around a bit in this. It's got a pixelization slider. Also, that music is pretty rad. I think what I might do is just play it for a while in crystal clear vision and then bump up that... Oh. Oh, man. Oh, no. Wow, you can really make it look like Quake, huh? There's... Oh, okay, they actually tell you what these do. That's kind of cool. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll start with it looking modern and pretty, and then go to it looking disgusting and old. Who needs V-Sync when you got G-Sync, you know what I mean? Even though it's not that great. Hey, Safali. What's up, Okapi? Man, it's been forever. Nice to see you again. I'm going to turn it up a little bit because that music was pretty sweet. Hopefully it's not too loud, but if it is, who cares? This game probably has more to say than I do. Hey, Straight Frisco. 10 months, wow, thank you. I liked how they kept the Project Scorpio thing for the console edition. That was really cool. It's a damn sight better than, like, Day 1 edition. I like the design of the console, too. The only thing is the controller seemed a little lazy, I guess? It was just Project Scorpio slapped kind of in the middle of the controller. Maybe there's more to it that I didn't get, but that was really confusing to me. Duskmare. That was really confusing to me, given that Microsoft's other controllers are amazing. Oh, something was super loud? I'm sorry.
Kill the intruder.
Alright. God, the fucking pitching is so weird. Are they supposed to... Oh, okay, never mind. Didn't know if this was scripted death shit. Oh, that would have been much faster. What are you? Health? Probably don't need it? Yeah. Ooh, hold on a minute. Lord Huar subscribed with a $25 sub. Fuck me. I feel like that... Man, I really should have thought ahead. I needed to come up with something like more interesting for people that throw that much money at me. Or I just won't, and instead do exactly the same thing. Lord War, thank you for your generosity. And I wish I had something more special to do for you. But actually, you know what? I think that would be a little contradictory to the spirit of video games. Hold on a minute. I'm checking out this drop here. That's pretty good. Brace your ears. Come on, it's not that loud. I mean, it might be loud. No, I checked it. It's not as loud as hypes usually are. Oh, Jerry. Hey, thank you for the resub, man. Head cheese has to be. What is head cheese? I don't get that yet. Is that just the name of the main character? Lord War, thank you for the money. Please enjoy this track. Man, ugh. I've never actually been to a rave, and I feel like I'm missing out on something I would probably really enjoy. This game might be a little hard to play without light in my face. But hey, isn't that what Twitch Lords are for? Isn't this what we do? Oh, okay, you can throw shit. Yeah. Excellent. Let's rock. Why are you sparkling? Oh, okay. I'll figure this game out. Pandora Premium now has songs on demand for $10 a month, along with creating own playlists. How much is Google Play? Yeah, Cubs, I definitely still use it because it's also YouTube Red. So, whole lot of reason, or I think it's a great service. I think it is about $10 a month. I don't remember to be honest. It's mostly sacrifice. No. Bang, 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 bang. To be frank, it's kind of like Netflix for me right now. It's one of those services that I don't even think about. Like, it's something that I just pay for. Oh, cool. Because I can't imagine not having it. Man, I don't want to see a damn ad on YouTube ever. And I use it so much, like at work, that that's worth its weight. To be frank, I don't, when it's like YouTube Red plus Google Play Music, it's the value proposition to me seems clearly in Google's favor, but a lot of people still use Spotify, so whatever. Heretic. I guess there's the social aspect of being able to share Spotify links and things like that. That's pretty helpful. Don't know what morale is for. I checked out Marvel Defenders yet? I have not. I don't know that I'm going to. People say it's okay, and I don't know that okay is good enough for the length and the time. And I've said it before, but at all points when I'm spending my time, I have to enjoy it more than just playing an average video game. And I enjoy games so much that it's like, it has to be a pretty damn good show to make me not... Kill him. To make me want to watch it instead of playing the game. Ideally, I could do both. Maybe I could do that with Defenders. Might as well. That seems like a good way to catch up on the Marvel Netflix universe. I have been trying to, or I have been. My side screen viewing has gotten a little strange lately. I've been watching a lot of Passions, which is heating up. It's heating up. The ladies now. Oh, hold on. Let me flush this. What is it? Soap? All right. Pick you up. I gotta put this in something, right? I bet. It's bubbling. That means it's probably a secret. Oh, soap. Come back. I also got Dragon Ball Kai on Amazon, which is nice. Hey! Why'd it pop out? How dare you? It's interesting that you can pick everything up. It's kind of a weird, weird mechanic for games like this. Did you enjoy Clone Drone in the Danger Zone? I did. That's a legitimately fun game. Every once in a while when I have some time, and you can see this sometimes in the background of demo disc, I'll have like 20 to 30 minutes of free time, which isn't enough to do a whole lot. It's like, you you can't really get started writing on something. You can't really dig into a, oh, okay, cool. You can't really dig in... Oh, alright. Oh, the name of the level is Head Cheese. Okay. But yeah, it's like you can't really start up a project or work on a script or kind of like start to workshop an idea. It's just kind of dead time. And with that time, usually I'll try and check out a Steam game that looks interesting. Neat. Yeah, there's like magic potions and shit. This game is very hexen. And I'm down with that. There was like a weird raft of Rise of the Triad, and it's kind of similar, of like occult, magical, dark shooters. If that makes any sense? I miss that. I miss that vibe. I guess BioShock is kind of what it became.
Kill him.
As usual, I'm just grateful that games like this are getting made. Danger Zone, Top Gun 2 is official. Top Gun Maverick is the official name. Makes sense. That's smart marketing. Those are the things that anyone will remember. I wonder if headshots do more damage in this game. Just checking the Twitch mode. Yeah, Reader, I remember reading about that. Or rather, seeing those options in the game. 2 shotguns. Fuck yeah. Two. I love that there's like no gimbal lock in this game. You can which is pretty great. What? Why did a saw blade pop out of the haystack when I stabbed it with a pitchfork? Is that like a secret? Can I now use this for something? Saw blade. What would I... Maybe it's just a weapon. Where'd it go? I lost it. Crap. Old mod chat? Wizard, yeah, man, everybody's turning out. You like the shotgun reload flip? It's not even a reload. There is no reloading. That's just what happens when you hit reload. It's just like a stupid little animation. But yeah, that's cute. There, I did it. I'll quaff that beer. I'll lift this viscera. Char it up a little bit. Devour cooked viscera. Alright, I can't. Oh, is it health that I can't pick up? Oops, I shot it. Huh, okay, who cares? Yeah, Kip, I have the, I still have the Machinima emotes as well. Remember Machinima Live? Machinima owned YouTube, and now Machinima's gonna own live streaming. Prepare for a raft of great content, such as this indie show and this one show about League of Legends. Oh boy, there's a corn maze. RCA Dolphin, you're a little lost. In what regard? Just in chat discussion or for the game? Because the game's a little weird too. Can I break this? I can. Huh? Are you yawning or looking at something that you like looking at?
I yawned.
Okay.
That was a hardcore yawn.
Was. Pretty fierce yawn. I don't know. After working at Machinima long enough, I kind of got used to the cycle of here's a project that, like, is going to be amazing, you're going to love it, and then it comes out and it's bad and no one cares. But don't look at that. Look at this other new thing that's way better. Yes. Yes, they do. Ah!
Who wants that?
Ah! Ah! More soap.
Hell yeah. Take a shower. Get bubbly. Yeah.
Oh,
So-
wait, why did it turn blue?
Look at all those bubbles.
You're holding it too far away from me.
This is the sexy part of this room. Where you take a shower.
The 2 shotguns.
Yep.
It's all the sexy part of the stream. That's my personal brand. I'm sexy. I'm the sexy streamer.
You're a sexy screamer.
Cool. Ah, dirt. Ooh. I found a diamond. There's another thing out there. I should go get that. Hey. Oh boy, what aim. Did we really think that games at the start looked realistic during that time? Or was it more being impressed with the complexity and realism of games when compared to earlier games, or is the prior example a false memory? I don't remember anyone saying that these games looked realistic. I think it was pretty obvious that this was a far cry from realism, pun unintended. No, I think it was more like, people were just excited with where things were going, I think. Just having a 3D environment that you could explore fully was a big deal. You know, little things like being able to jump on top of a house, like that was fun and liberating. I don't understand why you're here. I guess it's where a dog was tied up. No. And it was more about the details that they could imply. So it's like, instead of this being it was more the sensation of like actually moving through a corn maze, not like, oh my god, it looks like a real corn maze. Which was fresh at the time, as I recall. And there were a few big hurdles there. There was like first 3D, which was garbage and couldn't run well on anything, like the original Quake when it came out. It was still mind-blowing, but it looked like shit on nearly everyone's computer. Oh! And then eventually the tech caught up. And then you had 3D accelerated, true 3D. So stuff like Quake 2, that actually ran really well and had filtered textures and was fast. That was kind of the next thing. It's like, okay, now 3D can work as a game, as opposed to maybe having like gross little polygon men in an RPG where the frame rate or the responsiveness doesn't really matter. It's a radical cunt. It's a hell of a name. At least it's radical. Ah, shit.
I approve of this name.
Huh?
I approve of this name.
It's nice. It's rad.
Like,
It's a vagina that can do some kick flips.
Yeah, right? Like, just come, like, fucking sailing in. Like a really cool, like, light-up skateboard.
It's a fog machine.
Oh, wait. Is it actual, like, radical or, like, R-A-D-I-K-A-L?
It's R-A-D-I-C-A-L,
Oh,
and then
man.
K-U-N-T.
You missed out on an opportunity for it to be, like, K-A-K-U-L, radical.
Zaxby, I don't know what you're on about, but I approve. I approve of it as the, best worst mod. I guess that'll be your title for today. But yeah, I'll turn off, after I finish this level, I'll put it in fucking 1996 mode. It looks like they did a pretty good job emulating a lot of the cheats that early 3D games had to do to be playable. Man, this music is rad, though. Radical. That's how I describe it.
Reminded once again that if I could only watch it, I would do radical effort. There's my way. Radical fighter. I'm radical.
Slightly. Well, you're trying to find some Twitch branding stuff. Perhaps you can ape this gentleman's style. Or lady, I'm not sure. Persons. So, we can use they as a gender-neutral plural now, which I like. The English language needed one, or a gender-neutral singular, sorry. English language needed one. I'm okay with it. Now I just wish that, we had a variety of terms that are singular and gender neutral to call somebody. I still maintain dude is gender neutral.
Yeah.
Guy would be nice. I could use... I think it's sad, but it would be nice if... No, maybe that betrays the premise. I was going to say it'd be nice if we could just collectively agree that a bunch of male-leaning terms are now just gender neutral, but... I don't... That kind of requires ladies to be cool with being called traditionally masculine names, and that's not really up to me to decide. This music is sweet, though. Andrew Holschult, who also did the soundtracks for Rise of the Triad, Bombshell, and the Doom 1 soundtrack remake that Brutal Doom uses. I dig it. I never played Bombshell. Review said it wasn't so great, but there was like, what is it, Apogee and 3D Realms? I kind of owed it a shot just because of the pedigree there, even if it's not the same people. Ooh, a key. Nothing wrong with masculine women, or masculine women. Of course not. But dude, bro, guy, man, they're all gender neutral. Yeah, I mean, ideally, I guess it depends on context too. If you throw a my in front of it, I suppose any of those words are gender neutral.
My dude.
My man, my guy. Yeah, it's... I think that all is interpreted as gender neutral, mostly because that usage has only started in the last couple of years. Morale is basically armor. Yeah.
So I have to keep saying my dude? I can't just say dude?
I mean, you don't have to. You can do whatever you want. My sisters call each other dude all the time. Nice.
Well, I'm from California.
Yeah.
And specifically Southern California. A dude is anything.
Yeah, no, it is, absolutely.
Dude is all things. Dude is the dishwasher. Dude is everything. You call everything dude. It's fine. It truly is
Not today, see.
based on any sort of gender, ever. Dude. Although my dude is kind of funny. Hey there, my dude.
That's great. It's a wonderful thing that we should all enjoy. Oops. Alright, well, whatever. I didn't find where to use the key, unless I did use the key. Oh yeah, it was the slider door. Never mind. What's even better than a beautiful, athletic woman? A woman who's packing something between her legs. Makes her look stronger and sexier. Yes. Wider shoulders. Upper body strength. These are all very attractive things. Or just be accepting with the feminine terms, like a guy opposite his gal, but if you see a group of girls and say, look at those gals over there. Sounds out of place, Imo. Gals hasn't been used in ages. Yeah, Emma, it's the lack of it's the lack of terms that aren't like pretty dated at this point. All right, blow that up. On. Okay.
I did change my my
Whoa.
mixer bio, Lawrence.
Yeah?
It does say, I am Steppers. I'm 98% salt, 2% sparkling water.
It's a good mixture. Very hypertonic. Man, I don't know if this is reading on Twitch very well, but I'm worried that compression probably blurs it all out and just makes it look blurry. But, this is pretty cool looking. It's weird because it's obvious that it's not running at that resolution, like the interpolation's too good. But, this is pretty cool.
You should tell Dave I have a good time with it.
Yeah, I guess I should.
The Osh man.
That's the Ubisoft downgrade? That's right. Dusk's downgrade gate is already happening. They lied to us. They promised us light effects that we're not getting. This is unacceptable. Sweet. This music is nice, though. It's very calming. It's got a good mixture of environmental tracks and just ridiculous cock-out, rock-out music. Ow! Urgh. I guess if you're close to those guys, you're just gonna get hit. Ooh. Hello. This is kind of interesting, though. It kind of reminds me of how when tech couldn't really and completely convey a game's artistic vision, like the texture density just wasn't there. or the polygon counts just weren't there. I loved the gap that happens between an artist trying to put something in a game and a person seeing it and perceiving it in an entirely different way. It's like people not seeing sprites in old NES games accurately, thinking that like somebody's nose is their mouth, and having a really weird and twisted mental image of what these characters look like. I have the green key, huh? It's just like the little dudes in hoods. They probably would look, or they look different to me in this resolution. I get a different mental image of who they are. Jesus Christ, where did I go with this thing? I'll figure it out. This reminds me of why I don't play these games anymore. Why? Just the graphics? I mean, it's an option, but yeah, it's... Oh, maybe it's back here. Oh, never mind. Wait, that's yellow. Derp. And just the whole, like, premise of... Even if it's like a cult or whatever, going into a church and shooting up a bunch of dudes in robes, that shit would be so edgy for like 96. Those are cool looking gibs. That's right, I said gib. I can't see shit. Okay. Yeah, yeah. A skull! There! I dig this. This is pretty cool. I wonder, for anyone who wasn't into like PC shooters in the late 90s, does playing a game like this hold any appeal of just like the novelty of it? Or is there nothing appealing about it? Is it I'm just curious to what degree I find this interesting because of nostalgia, or if it actually is unique. Updating graphics, a lot of older games. FF7, like texture mods, makes it weird. Yeah. LB Gaz, I went on a modding spree on the PC version of Final Fantasy VII, and yeah, it doesn't work.
Oh no.
Oh shit. What's up? What? Ah, damn.
There's a PlayStation Network databases leaked. Hashtag #OurMine is coming out from the official PlayStation channel. It may have just been...
OurMine?
Yeah.
I don't understand what that means.
OurMine. So, like, I'm wondering if maybe they hack their Twitter, but not maybe the accounts. I mean, because that could be a thing, and they could just try to scare that they've hacked accounts when all they've hacked is, like, Twitter.
I guess. Huh, okay. Artistic Explosions says, I find it pretty appealing for a sense of history, I guess. Was not a shooter boy in the 90s? Okay. 44 games, says I'm 39 and I remember this shit. It was bomb. Graphics don't make a game good, huh. Word edgy now, kind of cliche, kills everything because now everything that is genuinely edgy is now meme-worthy. Kind of kills sincerity because everything becomes a joke. You're right. Well, an Okapi's got a link for... There you go, Steph. Steph.
Oh, man, yeah. Get out of my way. I'm a radical cunt.
That's a pretty radical cunt.
Get out of my... Or, no. I gotta think of the right way to somehow rhyme with clitoris.
Thesaurus.
I got a thesaurus. It causes a tingle in my clitoris.
Get off on words.
Apparently on PlayStation's official feed, it got removed. It says, "Hi, it's OurMine. We are a security group.
Oh.
If you works at PlayStation, then please contact us."
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck this is. That's really cool.
Well, it sounds like some hacker kids want a job, and they're trying to become Sony security admins, which I guess I can respect. But just send an email. You don't have to do that shit. Some serious mess. Thank you for the compliment.
It says PlayStation Network database is leaked.
Oh,
Subscribe to Drama Alert.
great.
No, we aren't going to share it. We are a security group. If you works at PlayStation, then please go to our website, rmind.org.
I see.
Fucking assholes.
I'm trying to get. Sounds like they're just trying to get jobs. I mean, it's a dick way to go about it, but if they're not sharing it, I don't have too much against them. There's something behind this door. I know it. I can hear it. The textures don't line up. Can you use these torches, maybe? Safal, you're gonna be a lame ass and go to sleep? Cool. I understand that. I went to sleep at like 11:30 one night. I did that once.
Many years.
Yeah.
many years ago.
Oops.
I was very tired. I went to sleep at 11:02.
I remember being
The
tired.
end.
I think I'm upside down right now. Which is kind of weird. Ooh. I can't tell which way is up anymore. Which is only a problem because sometimes W doesn't make me go forward. Okay, no, never mind. This is working pretty well. Sploosh! Ow. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Drama Alert. No thanks. I got shit to do. I got put on sunglasses. I got video games to play. I'll walk away, throw a grenade over my shoulder. Yeah. I guess a purple key? Or is that red? Is there another red door? I hope so. Is it gonna have more house party gameplays, or was it just one? It's one for now. Oh, I got tricked. I imagine that video's gonna do really well, though. Which means we may play it again. They edited the boobs out, though, which is very sad.
Heretic.
It's a Minecraft sound when you walk into water? Maybe. I doubt that they would lift that exactly. That's just asking for a lawsuit. Whoa. Cool. This game does... It's cool because this game does kind of understand a lot of the level design that happened in early 3D. Because there was a lot of stuff like this. Flinging you up and down tubes to really be like, yo, you're going up and down, motherfucker. That stuff was always... It's always interesting, because it worked. I mean, it was so novel at the time. It still kind of works now, just because games don't do it anymore. Like roller coaster type levels. Yep, well. Guess I'm going around again. I feel like there's no fall damage. That would be stupid. What's up, Anna? Sound effect could be from a free Steam library. Oh, kind of clipped the wall. Alright, that's the money jump. Maybe in here. Okay, I didn't get another key, did I? I guess I did. Don't quite remember. Is morale your armor? Yeah, Doctor. What's the plot here? Or does it just follow the junk comic game guide? The story just has to be there, but it's not important? Doctor, yeah, this is a very Carmack game. There is no story, you're fighting magic dudes. There's like... It's got kind of an occult slash supernatural cut to it. There's little cult dudes who throw magic balls at you. Graphically, this looks like something that would be played in an arcade. It's interesting you say that. I guess I see what you mean. It's like very basic. I think it's more that probably a lot of machines in arcades are from this era of game making. See, I can see why the aesthetic might look similar. Jesus, is there something I missed out here? What's up, chilling in a sweatshirt? Welcome. Came down here, shot all these dudes. Didn't really pick up anything new. Like you're back watching your brother play Doom 20 years ago. Oh wait, that's right. This never. Wait, that door doesn't open though, probably. So, not sure where else to go. Which is a unique sensation, to be frank. Getting lost. Is there a map? I don't think there is. Flying games is so much better than the arcade model of playing. Yeah, I can't really argue with that. There is a certain appeal to the arcade model, though. I think it's kind of... It's funny, for as antisocial as people say games are as a hobby, I think arcades are one of the more social things, and that's kind of where it all started, so it's an interesting stigma. It makes sense, you know. If you have consoles, you just play at home. But, I always like the experience of being in an arcade and, like, waiting in line and chatting with people and watching people play and picking up ideas and techniques from people. It's always really fun. Especially now that the barcade scene is sort of growing up. That's real cool, because you can just chill out with a beer, people loosen up a little bit. The arcade crew can be a little wound up. I think part of it is because maybe there's an innate sense of competition. Yeah, it reminds you of Blood. Yeah, it's definitely a lot like Blood. Crap, I don't know where to go. I have all the keys. I can't think of any more doors that I haven't gone to yet. Well, there's got to be one somewhere. Yeah, putting ass in the high scores. God bless. Or dick. Oh, I'm not bunny hopping? Does that actually make you go faster? It seems like it, yeah. Maybe not. Oh, you move plenty fast already. I don't know that I necessarily need to get the hup out and ready. Could I ask if the housemates still enjoy doing twits and crits? It's a really fun experience for me personally, and was the main reason I got RT first, so I'm hoping it goes on for a few more seasons yet. Yeah, we still enjoy it. It's fun. Season 4 is coming. It's not... Whether or not it continues is not up to whether... Not on whether or not we enjoy it. It's purely on how many first members it can sign up or retain. Luckily, it's a low-cost show to make, so that... Oh, wait, I went down here, didn't I? Anyway, so that boundary is not too hard to cross when it comes to that particular show. I don't think you have to worry about stuff. Why are there just multiple ways to get down there? I feel stupid. There's something obvious here that I'm missing. I went up here. I remember that. Oh, that's open now. But there's that's it? There's nothing in there. Dang. Ever been a pinball wizard? No, Iron Lich, not really. I played... There's a couple of boards that I played a bit. I was like, I'm gonna learn how to play pinball. So I would just basically... I'm trying to remember which ones they were. Bizarrely, I think probably 3 Space Cadet is the board I played the most, because that's not even really pinball. But there's a barcade that has a couple pinball machines. I tried to learn some of them, but I'm not good. Need a hint? I might in a minute. Not yet though. This is a familiar feeling. Does this go to the other side of the underplace? I think it does. Yeah. Yep. Here I am again. Nope. Wrong way. You fight magic KKK members? Pretty much. Yeah, that's a pretty good summary of it, I think. Yeah. Ghosty Yami, I was thinking the same thing. Unpixelating the graphics might help me figure out where I need to go. But no, I refuse to acknowledge that. So there's a red door. And that sent me over here. There's got to be something over here that I didn't hit. Like a switch or something. Right? It's got to be. So down here now. Where all these dudes around. Don't see anything. This switch opened these doors. Doesn't do anything else, it looks like. Go back here. There's a jump pad. Okay. Bounce. Don't see any holes in the walls. Anything on the shelves I need to get?
It is a purse that looks like a taco truck. It even has a little chihuahua at the front.
That's pretty Mexican.
Goddamn Kate Spade.
Yeah, with blue key. The door's on the other side of the barn you fell in. Yeah, it's this one right here. It just puts me back outside. Yeah, I think I'm gonna ask for a hint. Need to find a blue door. It's underground. Okay. Alright, that's a good enough hint, I think. I had a suspicion that there was like an underground area in somewhere else I had to go back to. I'll find it. No, I remember this shit, and I don't mind it now. To be clear, I think that sometimes there's games. It's okay to get lost in a game. People hate the sensation, but there it is. Look at that. All I needed was just a little nudge. That is definitely a Quake reference. This room, little bridge. I heard that. Okay, a little demon rat. Oh, hello, secret. Potentially secret. Huh. Is this where I'm supposed to go? Ooh. Hey. Oh yeah, the other like element of this game is amusingly accurate colored lighting. Kind of like how like 60s TV shows would just use a lot of random ass color because they could, and people had color TVs, so like let's get the most out of it. One of the technologies that really blew up at this time was lighting effects. So it's like, yeah, see how the guns turn green? But it's like not even, it's a trigger, it's a map trigger, so it's not even based on a light source. But that's how they would like trick it into thinking that there was actually colored lighting reflecting off surfaces. I guess this game is not, this is more 1995 than 1997. But that stuff's really cool. That's what computer graphics all is, man. It's shortcuts to replicating an effect without having to do the math to accurately make the effect. Oh boy. Speaking of, I've been following this really closely lately. Somebody put out a playable demo of Quake 2 with ray-traced graphics, which is nuts. I didn't think that was going to happen for a long-ass time. Ray tracing is like it's a different way to light a scene. So everything about computer graphics has to do with light, because that's, in the real world, light is how you see things. Stupid thing to say, but it's like how light reflects off surfaces, or how you mimic how light bounces off surfaces, how it bounces around a room.
Pet. You'll pay for that.
The manner in which it colors things, and to what degree, the way it casts shadows, everything has to do with light. So, I don't remember the shorthand for it, but the way the games are rendered now is a series of, like, estimations of how light works, not actual light. Because light is a beam, it's a ray. It hits something and it bounces into your eyeball. Ray tracing is different than current lighting. So current lighting is like, there is a light source, we're guessing how much light is hitting a surface, and that's how bright we're going to make the surface. Ray tracing is, we're going to draw a line from the light source to that surface and figure out if that line would hit your eyeball being in the game. So ray tracing more accurately replicates how the human eye perceives light than just a series of very close estimations that are fast. And you can see it in the YouTube videos. It's like really sparse and kind of spotty because they don't have the resolution to render that many rays, but it really works for a little bit. Once your eyes kind of get used to it, it looks way more real, and in ways that it's hard to really explain why. But yeah, you guys have any interest in computer graphics? Not that you do, because I've just been rambling myself this whole time. But ray tracing shit is really cool, and to think that a game might be able to render in real time in a playable frame rate a ray traced atmosphere, super cool. Speaking of making games look nicer, SPV3 came out for Halo 1, and it's shocking how well they were able to remaster the campaign using the old engine. What's SPV3? What is that? Real-time GPU path tracing? Pretty much, yeah, the TLDR. Path tracing is a dynamic lighting in modern games, vaguely simulates the way light changes the brightness of objects, but path tracing actually calculates the way light bounces off of every surface. Yeah. Zarinel, you're right. There's a name for that style of light generation, or light rendering, the more common one now, and I don't remember what it's called. I remember when I first read about ray tracing, it was basically talked about as something that can't happen. It was like, I remember when I was reading about it, I took a course in computer graphics, and that's kind of what kicked off my fascination and interest with the way that graphics are rendered. Or the, like, basically the illusion game of how computer graphics work. There were sections on ray tracing, but they could only talk about it in theory because computers just couldn't do it yet. If you pre-rendered stuff like Toy Story CG movies, things like that, then you could do it, but it still wasn't worth it because it just took so long. And
Heretic.
so it's kind of cool to, within the span of about 10 years, to go from something being talked about as just an utter scientific, mathematical impracticability to working. And also, props to John Carmack for putting Quake 2's code out so people can do stuff like this. Just completely gut it and change the rendering engine, but use the assets and the AI, like have all that other work done for them. That's great. Man, that's so great. Some of that stuff's like, yeah, cool. There's still some bona fide nerds out there doing the Lord's work, crunching the numbers, making the math sing. I guess there's a rivet gun I haven't picked up yet. Single player version 3. Ah, got you, Ghost. Thank you. Working on it for 10 years. Yeah. Tillith, you going to bed? Well, good night. This isn't max difficulty, you're right. I don't know if, Reader, you heading off too? See ya. Is it deferred lighting? I think that might be it. Quake 2 path tracing demo requires Titan X to be playable, and even then it has a shit ton of artifacts. It'll be a while before commercial video cards can handle that kind of tech. Yeah, Zara, I mean, if we are at or close to Moore's Law, that's the kind of thing that I feel like is most appropriate in an arcade setting with VR, because VR has to be kind of high resolution. I just feel like that's where you could have like dedicated rendering hardware, something like a $10,000 rig out that could do ray tracing, but to justify the kitsch of it, have it be VR. So like maybe in a cyber cafe or something like that, or a barcade, you can have a VR station, maybe something that's like pre-made. I guess now you could just build a bitchin' ass PC. I think that, like, for me... Oh, Stunpy, thank you for the sub. Let me play a track for you, my guy. I feel like VR plus ray tracing would really, really blow people's minds. And not in a way that I think they would understand, and that's okay. I think it's more like the VR plus the more profound way to render graphics would mean a lot for people. In that sort of like, you don't have to know about the math, but this is like cool enough that your eyes will just react to it. But yes, subhypes do still happen. And sorry, somebody asked about chairs and back pain. I'll answer that in just a moment. First, I got a chill jam for you guys. Drop this one on you guys. So thank you for the sub, Stun P. Please appreciate your jam. Okay. Oh, Zach, sorry about that. I was gonna ask. Yeah, no, that is a great emote. I'd love to add it. I'll do that after this stream. I'm gonna take a break. Oh, but people are asking what song that was. So that's the track name is Trouble by Frankie Rose, and that's Frankie with an IE, Rose like the flower. I'm gonna use the bathroom. I'm gonna BRBs, you guys. And then, oh yeah, so for back pain, sorry. It may be less the chair, it may be more your posture. So if I don't know what your situation is, and I'm also not a doctor, but for me, I was starting to get the origins of back pain, and a lot of it was tied to how I held my shoulders, where I had held my head, and just general weakness and asymmetry in my back. So if you have that kind of pain, you can look at some chairs. I mean, the one I have, I like a lot. It's comfortable, and it's pretty well made. For me, it's more about, like, the cushion holding up my fat ass over years and years. Yoga fixes everything, provided you're doing it correctly. Yeah, there's ways to cheat yoga as well. But, yeah, if you've got pain, man, I suggest going to your doctor or going to a physical therapist. That's what I'm doing, and it's great. They are identifying all these weird little postural problems with me and helping me develop proper body strength, symmetric body strength, because I would just go into the gym, fucking go crazy. So I have certain muscle groups that are really well developed and strong, and then other ones that are very, very weak. And that asymmetry, like some muscles are tighter and more damaged than others, so it's actually pulling on joints in asymmetrical ways. It's pulling on my spine in asymmetrical ways, which leads to discomfort and even some weird nerve stuff. So yeah. That, I think, is probably something you should look at. Rolling is good, too. I've been rolling a lot lately. But, yeah, just... It's a 1-2 of correcting the problem so you don't re-aggravate the same muscles, and then therapeutic actions to soothe the muscles that are already upset. And that stuff takes time. It takes time and practice. Okay, bathroom, like I said. I'll be back.
Euphoria, hosted by Jamie Kennedy, with appearances by Tracy Bingham, Cara DeLizia, David Gallagher, Colin Hanks, Tony Hawk, Kelly Hu, Jenna Jameson, Ray Liotta, John Madden, Dominic Monaghan, Gina Lee Nolan, Haley Joel Osment, Hayden Panettiere, Brandy Roderick, John Sally, Hal Sparks, Mia St. John, Jonathan Fatality Wendell, and Elijah Wood, with musical performances by Public Enemy and A Flock of Seagulls. Euphoria, a celebration of gaming, featuring the first annual Glow Awards, with special surprises, game exclusives, and more. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Jamie Kennedy.
Welcome to Euphoria. In an average week, the networks bring you 6 made-for-TV movies. Dull. 18 hours of sitcoms. Ditto. 35 hours of infomercials. Insane. 44 hours of soap opera. Very dull. 62 hours of reruns. I saw that. And 3.2 days of commercials. Now, it's payback time. Oh, what do you mean? You see, there are only 3 of them. You mean the networks? Yeah, the old-style networks, and they're fading away. But there are 30 million of us. Yeah, everyone with a camcorder and a VCR. And now we've got a powerful new weapon against blah, blah, blah vision. What's the new weapon? It's new software. Yeah. It's new hardware. Hey. It's the next generation of the most successful video tool of all time. A whole new video toaster. It'll be the end of blah, blah, blah television. The Video Toaster 4000.
Toaster 4000 takes the power away from the network and gives it to the people. With Toaster 4000, we can make television better than the networks, and we don't have to answer to anyone.
Time to get you patched up.
Oh, damn it. I missed... can't believe. Was taking a break, and 4:20 p.m. came and went. That was my one time today to get high as fuck, and I missed it. Oh, I gotta be sober. This is garbage. I hate this. I hate streaming. This sucks. I'm gonna quit, you guys. I'm gonna quit unless my Patreon hits $50,000 tonight. Okay? You won't get to watch me play video games anymore. Does that scare you? It ought to. Oh, I didn't turn the music back on. Oh. Speaking of, what's up, reddish eyes? Oh, that's loud. Ooh. Hold on. Oh, I wish I... Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Is there... Damn. There's not a... Fuck, I wish there were a... There's a noise gate. I don't know if that's a total gate. It would be nice if I could just put a hard limiter on the fucking stream output so I wouldn't have to worry about it. It's still loud, shit. That means that no matter what, I could ensure that the audio level's never too loud to hear my incessant stream whining about how poor I am and how I'm not allowed to be super high while streaming. I say important things, and people need to hear those things about my thoughts. My special secret thoughts. Stream thoughts. Oh, where'd it go? I hit a button. I had a button and it had a thing on it. That means an elevator went down, right? Something went down. I don't know what, though. Zany Bars, you got me? You gonna pop a nug for me? You can have a sugar daddy. Can you have a nug papa? I didn't say it wasn't weird. I'm just asking questions. That is the... Damn it. That's the most aggravating phrase in any shooter ever. A door opens. That shit was all over... I think it was, Was it Hexen? Yeah, a door has opened somewhere. And you're like, fuck off. Someone quote that. Sounds like you want a compressor in your game audio. Yeah, it does have compressors. Compressors can get a little... Like, I don't know how good the compressor in OBS is. I'll have to experiment with it. But yeah, you're right. Actually, I need to... If I can figure out OBS configuration, I can do both, right? I can compress my audio up, or my spoken audio up, and my game audio down. And then I just won't have to give a fuck about anything. I'd have to turn it off for smooth jams. Can you have the same audio source in OBS twice with different filters on each? So it's like I could have desktop audio with a compressor on one line, and then desktop audio with no compressor for music, and then I could use Stream Deck to like switch between the two. I'm thinking here. In your opinion, do you think that streaming oneself animating would be interesting to people? Asking for myself. Pick. I personally haven't seen art streams do all that well, but do it anyway. You lose nothing by streaming it, and I think
that technically you could probably even turn some of those streams into short edits for a reel.
Yeah. Oh, that's
like
a really good
time
point.
lapse.
I didn't think about that. Good idea,
that way,
Steph.
like you can have that as part of your portfolio, like turn into like a minute-long video, so that you can like show potential employers. Look at what I can do. I did this in my spare time from scratch.
Absolutely. So yeah, you should do it. Also, I mean, I think you also have the dual opportunity of people coming in and learning some stuff from what you're doing, or maybe if you get stuck or frustrated with a particular tool, somebody that's watching could suggest other things to try or to learn. I think that's a lot of stuff. Yeah, Pick says thank you for that excellent bit of advice. That's why I started practicing guitar on Twitch. That's cool. And also, yeah, it's Zaxby says that Riots and Kill streams do really well within the community. They do. And it's just, you know, I think that stuff is... I could be wrong. I'm not too experienced with creative streams in that regard, but I feel like the asshole ratio is probably pretty low too. Could be wrong, probably am, but it seems to me that most dicks don't just dive into an animating stream and be like, you suck at animating, your keyframes are garbage, learn interpolation, lol, just like shitting all over your animating stream. So yeah, I think you should try it. Ross from Game Grumps has a really popular animation stream. That makes sense to me, yeah. So do zombies. I mean, asshole ratio of super low. Yeah, feel free to link any streams, creative streams you guys want to. I think Pick if you're getting started, it may be good to check some examples, see how people have their setups and stuff like that. I'm kind of curious too. Ross is live now. Go over there and tell him to get good. Asshole to meat ratio is very low. Large rump. Yeah, I suppose that's really the only thing you can do to swing the, Oh, is this, are they talking about Dave Oshry? Because they got portals to work, so he is pleased. Man. I think if I weren't in media, and I guess even though I am in media, I think working in games publishing would be really rewarding. You don't really have to... I guess if you do your job well, there's probably some long hours, but you're not quite grinding away as hard as devs do. But if you do your job well and you select projects that mean a lot to you, I imagine you get the satisfaction of helping bring something into the world or make something cool exist that maybe not have existed before. Which is a really cool feeling. What does that do? I feel like there's a door that's opening. A door opened somewhere. Yeah, it's one of those. Damn. There's stuff down there. Hey! It's grates.
What?
How was Peaks showing last night? It was awesome. Those are, that was a hell of an experience. We watched the Christmas special and the 2 Ewok films.
Yeah.
That
was a thing.
It was a thing. It was certainly a thing. I loved it, though. That's the kind of... The Christmas special is exactly the kind of garbage that I like. That was... Like, I feel like there was such a story to be told there. Behind, like... And most of it seems pretty obvious. Just, like, a lot of people had a brand that they thought couldn't fail. They're just like, we can do whatever we want, man! We don't have to try.
People love Ewoks!
Yeah, they'll... Well, yeah, the Christmas special was Wookiees, though.
That's true. Well, I mean,
Ewoks
in
weren't around
general,
yet.
I think all of it was... We can do no wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. People love it. People love it no matter what. People love Star Wars. There should be a limiter in OBS from what I remember. However, the limiter is basically just a harsher compressor, so it may not be what you're looking for. I would just bring down the output levels, going to stream overall by a few dB. Oh, for the compressor? Yeah, I think so. I often find people who do a certain skill or craft being overly critical of someone also doing a skill or craft is endemic of insecurity and not being that adept at said skill or craft themselves. I usually find the most open and supportive people in the world of a specific skill or craft are usually the most experienced.
Excellent.
Groucho, I think you're right. I think there's a number of factors that cause that. I think one of the paramount ones is that it just requires a certain strength of character, certain personality traits to get good at something. Especially like something that I guess could be considered a softer skill, like creativity, art, drawing, writing.
Perfect.
It requires the humility to grind out the hours and just do something over and over. The humility to admit fault. I guess that may be the wrong word, but to be able to see yourself somewhat objectively and say, these are the things that I need to work on. I think those two dudes were hitting each other, which is pretty cool. I love it when enemies fight. You need to find the blue door right now? Yeah, I'm getting a little sidetracked. I think this is sort of one game where my tendency to sort of ramble may run counter to my interests, because I have a tendency to sort of forget what I'm doing. And there's the blue door. But I appreciate the reminder. Normally I'm pretty, I'm usually a whiny bitch about backseating, but I'm learning to not care so much. That's the whole point of Twitch, right? I feel like I owe, maybe not an apology, but a, hey, I get it. There are some people that I kind of snapped at before. And I owe them, I'm like, hey, I get it. The more you sidetrack, the more secrets you're going to find. I read as I got a big ol' 0 out of 4. I gotta cast arrow, you're right.
Man, that's cool.
Yeah? Oh, swim up bar?
It's
I haven't gone to a swim up bar yet. I want to do that someday.
It's in the Blue Lagoon geothermal pools in Iceland.
Hmm.
My friend
sounds
just
really
went
cool.
there to do the marathon in Iceland. She flew to Iceland to do a marathon, her and her
Damn.
boyfriend.
Sounds like a cool experience.
She's like Twitch employee number 65.
Oh, wow, okay. That's a good number. Oh, I can't get up there. Is this what the metal boxes are for? Because they don't break? So addicted to RuneScape, and when mobile comes out in December, I feel like I'm going to lose my job. How do I break the addiction? Is it one of the things where like you feel so invested because you played it for so long that you can't stop? I guess if it's a legitimate addiction, you might need to go to a counselor. If it's like a I wish I would do something else with my time type thing. Whenever I get into that state, and it's a few mobile games that got me, Marvel Puzzle Quest and stuff like that, Candy Crush. I got to the point where I was playing those and I was like, why am I doing this? This is like, it's not fun. It's not skill based, so it's like I'm not getting better at this. I'm just doing it over and over again. Basically, when I was in those situations where I found myself sort of repeating a behavior that I intellectually thought didn't benefit me much, I tried to determine what it was about it that was affecting me so. So in the case of some games, it was like, well, I'm playing this because, like I theorized before, I'm like, well, I've already invested so much, it's kind of a big bank of time, and to stop seems like I'm sort of throwing away all that time, even though the justification of that time is just, you know, that's just as ephemeral. It's like this thing is level 200. I remember leveling it up to 200, and I need to level it to 300 now, so then I can have 300 levels. I guess I reduced my thinking to be able to figure out that it was like a self-feeding thing. Like I said, I didn't want to stop because I'd put so much time in already. But there's no end to that cycle. And kind of once I realized that that was my motivation, I was able to sort of talk myself out of it. But it took intellectually knowing what was drawing me as opposed to just feeling the emotional tug of it. I don't know that that method works for everybody. That's usually how I can figure my own brain out. I kind of do that through the trial and error of thinking about it. It's like, well, if I delete my save, how would that make me feel? I'm like, okay. What if I just stopped playing the game but I left it installed? How does that make me feel? Okay. What if I did a cloud save but then uninstalled the game? Like, I just sort of put myself through emotional checks to give myself, do you have to bunny hop around the corner to get to that? Or maybe there's like a rocket jump you can do later? Anyway. I like basically get an emotional sample of my brain or my state, and then I sort of try and find what the common emotional factors are that link those things. If that makes sense? I treat myself like a robot. That's basically what I'm saying. Cool. Ah! So I got a sniper. Neat. That's kind of cool that they just spawn a lot of enemies for you to snip snipe. Which gun is your favorite so far? I like the assault rifle. It feels good. The super shotgun's just a little too slow. Double shotties is pretty fun too. Might have to roll with double pistol for a while. I don't have a lot of ammo. Yeah, definitely don't have enough. I'll do shotty. Oh, Kingdom Hearts Mobile. Zaxby, you're just figuring out about that? Unchained Link? It wasn't that bad. I played it a little bit. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the gameplay didn't seem like it was too strategic, I think is the word I would use. And this is something pretty common with a lot of mobile games, but I guess for me, does it ever get to the point where you can, like, get better? Or is it pretty obvious there's one correct way to play? That's one of the things I actually really liked about Tsum Tsum. It was, had a surprisingly high skill ceiling. It had a lot of boosters and stuff, too, so it's like, you had no reasonable way to compete against people who had played the game a lot, just because they mathematically had advantages over you. But I definitely appreciated that, it had the arcade sensibility of, you can be good at this, and the skill ceiling is very high because you can always play a little bit faster, or play a little bit smarter. Even though it still had some RNG mixed in. I've been in Kingdom Hearts Unchained since before it even came out. Dead Clansman on the Roof doesn't have the same ring as Fiddler on the Roof, that's true. That's a good little dump clicker. Okay. That's okay. It's fine for killing 2 or 3 minutes. Why are they shooting each other? This game has like Doom AI, so if the monsters accidentally hit each other, they'll turn on each other and start attacking. Which is pretty neat. I thought I saw an enemy out there. Nope. It was just a barf of pixels. Ah! Oh, one hunting rifle shot doesn't drop these guys, huh? There was a guy out there. Yeah, I think I did really like Marvel Puzzle Quest. I think I'm off it now though. I think Tsum Tsum might still be, even though I don't play it that much, it's still the mobile game that I think I respect the most in terms of its ability to still be a game. I kind of wish more games had that balance to them, because it definitely has the never-ending grind collectionism aspect, which I still like. Dude, they made, that's the door I need to go through, but I'm gonna check over here first. So the fucking arcade Tsum Tsum is awesome. Do you still have your Sailor Donald?
Yeah. Wait. Oh wait, I have. Let me take this out.
It's
I have Ursula. Wait,
Oh,
Ursula.
here, no.
And then wait, let me get Sailor Donald.
Oh boy, you can't see that at all.
I put Donald next to my Daisy in a kimono that I got in Japan. Wait, here. Look at how cute he is! A little sailor hat.
It's very cute. Little egg Donald. Loaf Donald.
He's so cute.
But yeah, I saw the rig out at round 1. Basically, they have a capsule station next to it that sells those, and then those act as like NFC amiibo type things to unlock those Zooms in the game. And naturally, they're worth more points and have way better abilities and all that stuff, kind of feeding into the system. But need some advice. Someone going to uni in a whole new country, going from Ireland to Liverpool. Man, you I think are in a culture too far removed from anything that I've experienced to give you any solid advice. So just enjoy this period in your life. Figure yourself out. Try new things. Within reason. Push yourself outside your comfort zone. It's really easy, I think, in college. I don't know, it's like twofold. For me, it's like for the first time I had freedom, like I could set up my living space however I wanted it. I could do whatever I wanted with my time. Again, within reason. I had a job and classes and stuff. But it was really nice to basically have complete authority over my time. I used a lot of it to play video games. I'm not sure... I am one of the rare few that actually got to turn that into something useful? Useful's the wrong word. Professionally beneficial. So I think even if maybe my horizons didn't get as broadened as they could have in terms of life experiences, meeting people, I think that I am lucky in that it still benefited me in other ways, as opposed to just idly wasting time. But yeah, I would say, but I still did my own stuff. I went to a martial arts class and things like that. I was on the college newspaper, off and on. There were some issues there. I remember one of the bigger ones was I would submit stories, but the email server they had was messed up, and they wouldn't get them. And they didn't tell me, but I submitted it, and I was like, well, I submitted it, and I didn't hear anything, so I guess it's okay. I guess I could have checked up too, but they kind of labeled me as being someone who didn't turn in work on time, or didn't turn in stories, and I was like, that's kind of annoying, because you guys admitted that your emails were going crazy, and yet I'm stuck with the stigma of that there would be snide remarks and stuff, and when I would pitch things, they'd be like, well, you have to turn this one in on time. Like, yeah, I did, bro. Anyway. So it was a bit off and on at the old college paper, the old college rag, but it was fun.
And why did you just kind of sing that almost as if it was old-timey? Old college rag. Like that.
I did video game reviews for my college paper. I had to pitch them on it, but it's whatever. It's not like they were paying for it. I was just like, hey, let me write reviews for you. And they were like, okay. And I remember them saying, yeah, they actually got a fair amount of traffic on the web. That's what they said at the time. I was like, good. Web. Let's see here. Have you or any of the other Funhouse crew checked out the Star Wars themed bar in Hollywood? It's called the Scum and Villainy Cantina. Yes! We actually went, Stephanie got us tickets. No, wait. Dana got us tickets.
Dana, yeah, so we went with Dana and Joel and
we went when it was still a pop-up. I guess it's permanent now.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. I wouldn't mind going back there. It was neat. I don't know where the yellow door is. Yeah. I wanted to get up there. Is it down here? I don't remember if I've gone down here. Oh, alright. Assault rifle rounds. Yeah. Wait a minute. Alright, Kip. Thanks for joining. Always a pleasure. And sleep well. I'm gonna keep shooting monsters. Oh, a new enemy. Cool. A Cuddy Mine. I do enjoy fake level endings. Did Max Rebo play some smooth jazz? No. They actually didn't use any licensed Star Wars music. So it's like, yeah. I wonder about the boundaries of the licensing that they have. Moved to LA 3 weeks ago and I've eaten so many tacos, it's ridiculous. So many good taco places. There are. LA's got... I mean, I'm kind of speaking out my ass, but... Because I haven't lived in a bunch of other major cities, but the LA food scene is so good. That's something that... I don't have very expensive tastes. But man, do I like food. I like food and cocktails, and that's this... LA is very good about that sort of thing. Those enemies are being called Fork Maidens by the developer. That's awesome. Alright, I think I'm going to... use my old save name. I think I'm going to switch games. Oh yeah, Assassin's Creed. I think I'm going to... What is morale? That's armor. So, maybe Assassin's Creed. I've also been debating just doing a kind of Game Pass grab bag. Scooping some easy cheeves out of a handful of games. I'm excited for 1X. If for nothing else, then maybe I'll care about achievements again. Redout? Oh, maybe. I feel like I want to get some time in on Assassin's Creed, find my footing again, because that's the next game I'm going to try to burn through before Origin comes out. I don't know that any of this is going to matter. Origin seems like a soft reboot, right? There's probably going to be a totally different current day narrative, if even they do that anymore. Who knows? Anna, see you later. Thanks for watching. I dig this game. This is actually real good. I played one of the earlier betas, and at the time. It was like, well, it seems solid, but it also seems pretty blunt, you know? I think this is great. It shows greatly that, sorry, there's like... Huh, interesting. I saw levels on desktop audio, but I don't hear anything. That's weird. But when I tabbed out, it went away, so maybe it's got some weird... music that I can't hear right now. Anyway, we'll see. Origin seems to take place way before all the other games. Yeah, the historical part is, I don't know if it's going to have the Animus framing device or not. Who knows? But yeah, I'll be back in a minute. Gotta move some chords around, change some settings, pick a new light scheme. This isn't going to fit Assassin's Creed. One has to consider these things. So I'll be back in a minute, guys.
Your path is at a moment of change. Jarek, the man who murdered your father, is a great evil. He searches for the location of a sacred place, the Valley of the Jedi. A force of thousands of Jedi is trapped here. If Jarek captures this power, he will be a creature such as the universe has never seen. A supernova of stars in a fleeting thought. The eradication of life from a star system, in a whisper, will be within his power. Your father gave his life to protect this power, and now it is a place your destiny must take you. The disc you have in your possession will lead you to the ways of the Jedi. Remember, it will be your path to the ways of the Force.
Well, your blessed ship is going to be in the repair bay for the next few days.
How's it look?
Nothing that a crate full of money which you don't have wouldn't solve.
Like always, I owe you. Can you take care of her for me?
You're not going after Jarek, are you?
No. I'm going back to my father's home in Sulan. Can you meet me there when you're finished with the crow?
Of course. Is everything okay?
I don't know. I'll find out when I get there.